so you're the man with the answers. Start spilling.
You're like, just tell us everything. Do you have any specific questions? We do not. Just start.
So jumping right into it, you've had many crazy episodes like those last year, Scooby-Doo, things like that nature. Anything like that this year?
I don't know that we could ever go as crazy as Scooby-Doo. I mean, that was 2 years, 18 months in the making. I think we have some interesting meta things kind of in mind. Some more on the comedic side, some a little bit more on the heartfelt side. But nothing quite as crazy as Scooby-Doo. But we think we've got some stuff that's pretty cool.
Can you talk about the underlying themes this season?
Sure. I mean, I think the theme last season was essentially, putting the family back together, right? So it was about finding Mary, finding Bobby, finding Mary, bringing Jack into the fold, things like that. Now the family's back together, but Dean is missing. And so it's like, and Dean, who was kind of the rock upon which people, since the dawn of the show kind of relied, what happens when he's gone? How does that affect everyone? And then how does he, if and when he does come back, how does that affect everyone as well? So it's really kind of the prodigal son story in a way.
Is Dean as Michael going to be a major arc for the whole season?
Yes.
He's going to be Michael the whole season?
No, he will not be Michael the whole season, but it's not something we're going to tie off by the end of episode 2.
Can you discuss what makes Supernatural one of the biggest phenomenons at Comic-Con each and every year? What is this secret? Is there anything?
Yeah, it's me. No, the show has a really weird life because it started off as a bubble show for the first 4 years. Then people found it on DVDs, and people found it on Netflix, and now it will run for another 5 years probably. If you guys want to do it that long. But I think it's a matter of, so there's a lot of history here, but also, it comes down to these guys, and they have a really special relationship with their fans that I'm not sure a lot of stars on TV really have. And it's something cultivated over years and years and years, and I don't think that's not something that's replicatable by, a press release. You know what I mean? It takes blood, sweat, tears, and they put in the time and they put in the energy.
Go ahead.
Can I talk a little bit the decision of having less episodes this year? Because a lot of fans are worried that that the show are ending.
Sure. I mean, I think it's, having less episodes, there are a lot of shows that have far fewer episodes than we have. You know what I mean? 6 episode runs, 8 episodes, 10 episodes, and, most shows now closer to 13. Almost every show on streaming on television is 13 or around that. So we still have significantly more than everyone else. I think Jared and Jensen, they want to spend more time with their families, but I think it's admirable. For us in the writer's room, what you're really doing is you have to crank back a little bit in the mythology because you can't do quite as much. That's not always a bad thing. And then you're going to have to, crank back a couple of the standalone mysteries, essentially. Which again is not always a bad thing because, our hope is we can do 20 episodes that will be better than the 23 that came before. But it's something, it's going to be a different rhythm to the season, which we're still trying to figure out as we're only about a third of the way through it right now.
So what's going to be happening basically now that Michael's list? How is that impacting, say, what's happening in heaven, hell? Is there going to be plenty of that?
Yeah, I mean, Michael comes in, and the Michael we saw in Apocalypse World had a very crystallized view toward all the different factions, right? Angels were on his side. There were no rogue angels that were fighting Michael. Those had been weeded out. Demons were the enemy, and they'd largely been eliminated. Humans were really the only thorn in his side, and they were in the process of being eliminated. When Michael comes to our world, he's got a problem. There are only 5 angels left on our world, so making an angel army is impossible. So the demons are a little bit in disarray because, Asmodeus is gone, Crowley's gone, there's really no clear leadership. And humanity is humanity, as it always is, just chaotic and weird and everything else. So you've got a Michael who he wants a similar thing, he wants a power base. I think there's a question of where that power base is going to come from. Because his go-to place, heaven, is really not in the position to help him in the way he would like to be helped.
Fans are worried that this could be the last season just because of the announcement of the shortened season, right? But what I'd like to ask if the fans can be rest assured that if that's the case, or when the time comes, if there's going to be a season to closure of all the stories.
I would certainly hope at this point we would get a really strong heads up if this was our final season. Right. We have not received that. So we're not going into it thinking this is the last year.
Right.
You never know. But ratings gods are fickle, but should it happen to be, I mean, we have ideas to wrap it up. But I would be very surprised if this was our last season.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.